Greetings on day 2 star. I am aligning with the Mayan missions calendar for this season. Spin around the spiral and the flow, the cycles. I'm definitely breaking away from that satanic Gregorian calendar even more than I have previously. I've gained some more clarity around the Hexy New Year that everyone is satanically chanting unconsciously, many being driven to excessive use of alcohol so that spirits can enter and utilize our bodies and our capacity to create our own world outside of that matrix, new cage, which isn't new at all, just loops. So when I came out here on the trampoline was a dead baby bird, which, you know, that's symbolic in many ways. And many children are sacrificed to blood rituals for that Gregorian calendar. And this bird was a sacrifice, I believe. Fell out of the nest up there, and now it's food for the flies. I took it and went and put it on a bed of flowers, a nest of flowers, and spent some time thanking it and honoring its even short life. I'm breaking away myself from others who are perpetually, or maybe not perpetually, until they decide to break free of those programs and stop being handlers to those of us that are SRA survivors, and re-triggering us through their unconsciousness or consciousness and intent, authentic intention to keep us trapped. I choose to believe that most are unconscious of what they're doing, how they're being utilized to hurt, wound, and sacrifice others, to trigger them, and to those annihilation programs and suicide, death focused agendas, because those were implanted into us, and it creates disassociation. I know I've had to work very, very, very diligently to stay in my body, to not disassociate into either a hateful response of the fight, flight, freeze, fawn, right? I either go along to get along, I fight it and get so irritated nobody can hear my message, they just react back, or flight, go hide and avoid the one source of connection that I have, or freeze and disassociate, and that would allow things to enter my body. I can feel it so strongly now and see it so clearly, and I made a artwork piece yesterday that seems to be getting a little bit of traction in spreading awareness in a loving way, and I'm out here enjoying the sun. I love the way it shines through at times, and I'm moving my body, those moments of movement, to move out these feelings and emotions and all of those triggers, releasing and coming back in and claiming my sovereign power to be whole and complete within myself, and that I am the most powerful being in my reality. Yeah, I wrote quite a spirit guided message to my dad to finish that off and put it in his hands, and I did so with Sep. I realized I did kind of go into fight. I am testy at this time because of all those triggers coming up. It makes me it creates irritation inside of me, which can come out kind of harshly sometimes. But I worked very diligently not to have that come out yesterday, to be able to speaking up for how I was impacted, which he jumped into shame and then turned around and attempted to shame and devalue me when that was not what I was doing to him. Those are his own triggers from his own abuse, which to date have been unlooked at. I sent him an email wishing him on his way, and outside of those time-based systems of oppression. I reached out to someone and that went sideways for a little bit, but we came back and resolved it, so that shows me there's progress being made. And that's progress, not perfection. These are learning opportunities. You're not wrong or bad for being programmed. Neither am I. We were all tricked, and we're all puppets until we reclaim our sovereignty and get free. At least, beginning to get free. I think I'm pretty free now. And I look forward to where this very original cycle spiral can lead upwards, and not be in another repeated loop. I had come here to Aotearoa. This is my third time around in that world of linear time. I came to the future. This is my third Back to the Future adventure. In her time, it's not linear. But I came on and landed in the Gregorian calendar on 10/10, which is all about completion. And I've completed a lot while I've been here. A lot of it's been very painful. Painful clarity, but that activates our power. We get attacked when we feel weak or vulnerable. Today, I came across somebody that had posted about sharks and the vibrational way that they operate. Sharks do. They pick up on low frequencies, the weak, and they go in to attack, and they come in swarms. And that makes so much sense. And how all that can be utilized by groups of dolphins. Dolphins generate a very light frequency, and that drives away those sharks, and they operate in pods together. And I feel like I'm beginning to form my own pod of dolphins, which are all about play and protecting the vulnerable. And we may swim in a sea of sharks, but we don't have to be a shark or be pray for them. They have their place to clean up things. And I got to, again, talk with that beautiful Irish sister that, and learn that sharks are a bit different for her than there where I'm from in the Gulf of Mexico. And maybe that has a difference to do with heat and cold. Yeah, there's lots of ponderations and contemplations, and I'm of course doing the art, and I'm exercising my body, and I'm resting in the pause, and beginning to look forward with hope now that I'm rested and getting stronger. Do you like jumping on trampolines? I've never really jumped on trampolines like this. I've gotten on them a few times, but I was always kind of afraid that I would hurt myself. And I wasn't alone to do it. Now I'm alone to do it, except for you, whoever you might be. And I'm enjoying this. It is good for the body, for the heart, and a good coping mechanism to move out emotions and get my heart rate up a bit, testing that. And, I in my moments of movement today, and, I'm really feeling inspired and alive today. Just alive. And I wish for that for you too. And as I step away from all of the things that, perhaps maybe I was holding in place with somebody else put it, addiction to guilt, addiction to shame, somehow that was put on me and associated with love. Yeah. Broken free. Free to truly be me, which is loving. Oh, there's the little kitty. There's the little kitty. I've had this little kitty under the house meowing and meowing, and yeah, it hides. It's feral, kind of like me. Feral. I've been housed up for a bit, but I am headed back to being off-grid, peeing on the ground, using compost toilets, feeding the earth with my poop instead of flushing it down a drain where to be used in for the gardens. And I must admit, I like living that close to Mama. The mosquitoes and the fire ants, not so much, but I do like living that close to the earth and that much engagement with her. Once I get over there, not sure how much you're gonna hear from me. We'll see how I'm directed by spirit to participate in this online world, or if I pull back even further and just go into some time with her. Either way, know that I am holding you as fully empowered to make the shifts and have the awarenesses as you spend time with Mama, not just working her, but sitting with her, listening to her, and contemplating and ponderating and dreaming a new world, one that is free of that time is money programming that's been running so long. And many blessings and overflowing bank accounts and abundance in all the forms that truly support life and are outside of that death program system. And may our paths be guided by the light of love. And we'll meet at some point together to get her together. I love the way you can play with words that way sometimes. But boy, you know, I found out there's like so many different words for just fields or the sea or whatever in Irish. And yeah, the English language just seems really limited. I know that grammar, they force us to learn grammar in those school, making us a school of little fish for the sharks to come and eat. Programs of indoctrination seek to separate us from our intuitive wisdom and rhythms and maturing, keeping us in an infantile state, needing parentification. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go get on with enjoying today with my messy hair. Maybe a shower's in the flow today. We'll see. I'm not putting any pressure on myself, and I'm embracing my what some would call a hot mess, I suppose. Not saying I'm hot or anything. They talk about hot messes, and it is a bit warm here today. Pretty doggone warm. What's the weather like where you are right now? And oh, last but not least, somebody else had come up with an idea. The same woman with the shark thing came up with an idea to go outside, look up at the skies, and say, "Computer, end program now." Of all of the icky stuff that separates us from life. End program now. End program now. Computer, end program now. Let us return to our original, authentic expressions, gifts, abilities. You know, Jesus, us, right? And he said, "Even more than this you shall do," which perhaps means no more sacrifice. No more human sacrifice. Computer, end that program now. Ever. Now, ever. Never even to even be considered in the consciousness again as a valid thing to even consider. Maybe washed like a overflowing river after a heavy rain from everyone's consciousness. May the waters inside and outside be healed, rejuvenated, revitalized, replenished, refreshed, restored, renewed, respected. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? That's where it is, in our hearts. In our hearts. Dream with our hearts, not with the programmed mind. And we'll begin to experience that more and more together. Loving you. Peace.